Steve Juan, MMA Mania.
Mr. Huerta, you're now on with Steve Juan, MMA Mania.
El Matador, Roger Huerta, it's a pleasure. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing very good, and I'm really looking forward to this fight you have with Benson Henderson. I told him the other day that 9 years ago, this would have been a dream fight. WEC versus UFC, two of the best lightweights on the planet. And now in 2018, we get to see it. How does that feel?
Feels pretty cool. In this time, Benson's accomplished a lot. I wouldn't say I accomplished X much, in my career, but I think I get to showcase that against them when we face each other.
I wouldn't say you haven't accomplished a lot because, as no doubt every other reporter has already said to you, you were the first MMA fighter on the cover of Sports Illustrated, so you set a precedent and made history even before he started winning world titles.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you.
You're coming off
That's correct.
Most recently I've seen you in One Fighting. After 5 fights there, I kind of thought you were a mainstay there, but now you're coming back to Bellator again. What led you to make that decision?
I wasn't really happy with the promotion that I was fighting for before, there were just some things that, look, man, I don't know, I've never owned a promotion, and I don't know the ins and outs, what it takes to run one of those. So I just understood that I didn't want to necessarily be, a test piece for these guys, and I decided to run with my career. We're not necessarily my career, but my life. This is my life at the end of the day, and I felt that coming back to the States would be the right place for me, and putting up Bellator was my go-to.
It's changed a little since the last time you were in Bellator, because before it was Bjorn Rebney and now it's Scott Coker. So
right.
What's the atmosphere? Go ahead.
It seems really cool, real chill. A lot of cool guys out in Bellator at the moment. And I haven't really quite, put my foot in the door yet until I step in the cage and just do my thing. But so far everybody's welcoming with open arms and it's been awesome. I really look forward to working with that.
I have to ask you something that Benson said to me. He had heard, and I don't know if this is right or not, that you were looking to sign a multi-fight contract, but that you only signed for one and done for this fight with him. Is that the case?
Mm-hmm. This is true. It's not a one and done. I was offered a multi-fight contract, but I didn't like the numbers in that contract, and I truly value myself, and I'm putting myself first, if that makes sense, and I think that the numbers need to be a bit higher. This is, again, I'm putting my life on the line, and hopefully these numbers can, cover my fucking medical bills afterwards. So that's the way I look at it. If I'm going to come in and give it my all, hey man, I would like to get taken care of afterwards, and the way things have gone to me these last couple of years, I'm the one taking care of myself and the one leaking my own wound. You know what I'm saying?
I do. You're hoping that a big knockout will lead to a big payday, maybe a bonus, maybe a bigger offer on the multi-fight deal.
Yes, that's correct, sir.
What do you think about this matchup style-wise with Benson? What kind of fight do you expect from him?
I see a lot of my old style and Benson's style. I believe that I have evolved from my old style and that I'm going to be able to see a lot of things that he's going to be doing out there way before he does them. And I just think that I'm going to be doing him to the punch. And I'm going to be looking for the TKO. I'm going to be hunting. I'm not there to be hunted. So I'm going to be looking for it.
Benson did say that he thought, or at least his coaches at the MMA lab thought, they had found some holes in your game. Now, obviously, you won't agree with that, but what do you think of the fact that they think there's something to exploit?
Well, they got to be optimistic, as all of us in this world, So, that's okay. They can have their opinions, and I have mine. think he's got way more holes than I do.
With this card being in Budapest, obviously it's not a problem for somebody who's been a well-traveled fighter like you have, but at the same time, you talked about wanting to get back to the United States, and yet here you are going overseas again.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? It is what it is, and I like traveling, so another stamp on the old passport.
You planning to take anything extra along with you? Benson said he was going to take all of his food for the week with him because he wasn't sure what the food was going to be like when he got there.
I mean, I'm going to take a few things. Obviously, I got to get down to 155. But, you know, the world's got its good, I mean, how to say this, there's good things out there. There's good nutritional things out there, not just in the States, you know what I'm saying?
It's all about being willing to explore and find those things.
That's correct.
So you're not worried about it. That's good to hear. And with the fight being the main event here in Budapest, it's interesting because this card has evolved several times. There have been several different main events. What's your timeline for how it came together? When did you first get the call to be a part of it?
I would say maybe 4 weeks out. I'm not quite sure, but around that time frame.
And what did they say to you? Did they just say, welcome back to Bellator, or?
Well, no, it was me calling Scott and asking, hey man, like, you guys interested in me or not? You know, one of those kind of conversations and basically telling Scott, hey man, I just need an opportunity, give me that one shot. And he's like, okay, let me get back to you. I went for a run, I got back from my run, and when I got back, I was done with some missed calls and missed emails, and I responded to them, and they were just wondering they were like, man, we don't know how in shape you are or what's your weight, but something just came up. Would you be willing to fight Benson Henderson? And I said, absolutely. I haven't even talked about pay or anything yet, and I just took it.
So basically, then it was fortuitous timing. You were looking for a fight, and they were looking for a fighter.
That's correct. The stars have aligned, and I'm welcoming everything with my arms wide open.
That's excellent. When you look back on your career to this point, how do you feel about your career as a whole leading up to now?
I'd say I had a really good start. There's a few things that ended up happening, you know, that kind of got in the way of my focus of my career, but you know, I still kind of stay durable, stay tough, still been optimistic, you know, I'm trying to look at the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm here now. I'm facing one of the most well accomplished lightweight fighters in the world, Benson Henderson, and I'm looking forward to challenging myself against him.
Now, you're only 34, so that's still pretty young. We've got a lot of fighters in the sport that are in the late 30s and even mid-40s, so...
Even 40, yeah, I've seen that.
So...
I would say Youre is one of the guys that I look up to and say, my goodness, if this guy, how he is, you know what I mean, I can do just as well.
Absolutely, yeah. What Youle has accomplished at his age is incredible. So, do you think you have at least that many more years in the sport?
If I stay focused, stayed, you know, healthy, all these things that, you know, have a healthy mindset, all these things factor in, you know, then yes.
What's your life like right now outside of fighting? What do you do to unwind? What's a day like when you're not in training?
Oh man, I indulge in cannabis. I'll be quite honest with you. So when I can partake in a little bit of cannabis and chill on a hammock or chill at the beach, go for a bike ride, really just anything that's kind of relaxing. It's the way I spend my time.
Sounds good. What about the acting career? I know you got into that a little bit after UFC. Any thoughts of going back to that?
You know, that stuff, when it was happening, I was asked, You know, I wasn't necessarily really pursuing it myself. But it, you know, I was asked to do the films. I did it. Then after doing the films, you know, I kind of was like, okay, maybe I'll try to take it a little serious, you know, so I went into a few acting classes, and then I realized it wasn't for me. So, that's how I ended up going back to Thailand and just staying out there, and I wanted to get my stand-up better, which I accomplished that, which now I'm out here going to display those skills.
And it's hard not to get your stand-up better in Thailand. That's some of the best stand-up fighters in the world. That's
correct. You know, sink or swim. And, you know, when you have 5-year-olds having better stand-up than you, you're like, oh my God, I gotta catch up.
Right. It's a true fighting culture out there, and that's why I love it so much. But we're going to see that here, too, in Budapest. They really love fights. They're doing kickboxing and MMA in the same night.
Yep.
I don't want to take up too much of your time today, Mr. Huerta, but before I let you go, I'd like to give you an opportunity to plug teammates and sponsors and social media links and anything else you would like.
I would just like to thank, you know, my buddy Justin Hagen, who's been a great support. My friend Rick, Danny, at Bellator MMA, for giving me the opportunity, Scott, for giving me the opportunity. Combat Club in Barcelona, Team Extreme down in Nicaragua. And all the MMA fans that keep supporting me. Thank you.
No problem. And thank you for the time today, and look forward to a great fight here in Budapest, Bellator 196, April 6th on Paramount Network. Roger, thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank you, CJ, as well.